Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Man, listen, if he lied, if he was getting 4,000 and claimed he's getting 5 digits, that 3 million probably 100,000.
Yeah.
He probably just hit 100,000. He's stunting on everyone like, yeah, I finally made it. Because let me tell you, man.
I don't think he's doing $50 ticket sales.
No.
I don't think so.
No, man, listen. Since I've fucking known him, he has the same fucking old ass Escalade that would break down and we'd have to like change the times, do interviews because he has to take his car to the shop, man. That don't sound like a $3 million man to me. Yeah. I don't think so. You full of shit.
Ain't no $3 million man mad in the comment section leaving a voicemail to a motherfucker.
Man, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. Fuck Aries.
Wow. Here we go again, man. It's F Aries again. I that's the part where I keep telling you, man. This time they, as you can see behind me, they called him all kind of cowards and mermaids, man. And they just right now he's the butt of the joke. How they call it? He's the laugh of the town, man. Aries Spears get kicked in the you know what by DJ Vlad with Yosemite Sam. They all, man, it's a field day on the boy, man. And listen, man. Everybody talking about him from. What's this other boy name, man? Corey Holcomb. He went on this other podcast. I mean, Aries Spears can't take a break, and to top it off, he did not show up for the Rumble in the Jungle, which he said he would come on for free. And it made him really, really look like he was in retreat mode, man. Drake from New York, New Jersey, stand up, man. You in the building. What's up, man?
Man, Eve was good. How was your Mother's Day, man?
Bro, everything was good, man. I serenaded the queen, man. She showed me love, of course, man. She's been down with me for many, many years, man. We did what we did all these years. So, man, I definitely had a good time, you know, just really showing her.
You sang for your queen? You sang for her?
I didn't sing for her, but I should have. You know, me and you talked about that. I should have sung, man. Yeah. Man, I didn't get to sing for her, but, I might hit a tune here later on. What's going on, man, with this whole, man, are you still pro screw F Aries like everybody else, you and Vlad and all of y'all from OG, everybody, I can't say, I don't know why he turned down the thing that he offered. That part right there is probably the reason why it kind of backfired on him, and a lot of people now in the comments looking crazy at what he done.
I'll say like this. I see why you're friends with Aries, because every time you and I speak on the show, you do the unique shuffle, and now Aries is doing the blast shuffle because he the one that tell for free. And now he did the shuffle. And well, I got a question before I get into my spill. How do you feel about Aries dissing the South? Yeah, what you say? I'm from the South.
We actually, me and him talked about that. If you watched my clip,
right.
And it was a thing where we hashed it out. It wasn't a thing where, he gave his spiel on it and said, he does jokes, man. Do you really think people from Mississippi can't read? So he recanted his statement on my show, but people don't want to talk about that part. They want to talk about the part where he said this or that, they're not going to talk about the part where he came back and pretty much said, hey, and I'll put it in here, and I keep, talking about this over and over again, but he said, he really, there's no validity to that, man. Already people can read. His mother's from Jackson, Mississippi, So that's what he said on the show. I found that out when he said that. So I definitely know that he's just being here. He's being who he is. He loves to call people out. He love. Like I said, I hate it for him, man, because it's not looking too good for him on this battle with him and Vlad. Now that he decided to say he was gonna come on, and then he shook back a different way.
Right. Yeah, the unique shuffle. So
whatever, the unique shuffle is crazy.
So let's get into Aries Spears. And you call Charleston Yosemite Sam. I call him Foghorn Leghorn, because when he talk, he's like, I think he's more like Foghorn Leghorn. And So let's talk about Aries. One of the reasons why he didn't go on Vlad TV to your listeners and who's going to view this video, because you know what's going to happen, y'all. I want y'all to think about this. If he goes on Vlad, guess what he has to put back on his face? Makeup, right? That's going to be exposed, right? Because, you know, Aries is not an attractive guy. You know, he does, you know, have some features that is kind of weird. And so that's number one. So imagine him going to debate Vlad while the makeup artist is doing his, you know, his face and all that. Number two, he didn't think Vlad was going to pull his card and bring him back on the show. But the one thing he and I at least agree upon this is that Vlad is a businessman. Vlad would get a total free viewership. He'd probably make a 50, 60K off of that video from everybody watching them debate, and Aries would get nothing because he's the one that said he would go on it for free. I'm saying this to your listeners and to you, E, because I want people to understand the game. I said this 2 shows ago when I jumped on with you. The game of chess, every move has to be calculated. Even if it's a bad move, but it has to be calculated. You can tell Aries don't understand the game of chess, which ultimately means he doesn't understand the game of leverage, which even more means he doesn't understand the game of life. I'm not going to do nothing or say anything that puts me to show and prove and then me do the unique shuffle out of it. Because guess what that does? It brings everyone that even probably took up for you back to Vlad's side. And that's all it did. Now, E's going to rock with Aries. I respect that.
Man, I just don't. I mean, I don't want to see nobody, you know, call nobody animal names and F you and just flagrantly just disrespect. They disrespecting each other to the utmost, man. I rock with him because of what he showed me far as showing love to my show.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do. I don't know that man other than being on my show and going to his show. That's it. You know how I am. I'm straight up.
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, he's still a brother that looks like me. You know, he ain't. I think that we get beside ourselves, man, when we sit in these chairs and we get these opportunities, bro, and we find ourselves selling our soul for a jelly roll, man. Listen, bro, a lot of these cats ain't really used to getting no $50,000 or $100,000, man. They not built like that. I'm not gonna flex on these niggas. I've been getting $150,000, $200,000 ever since I was a young man. I was 17, 18, getting a lot of money, putting my hands on a lot of money, wrapping my hands around a lot of money, doing things that a lot of these niggas have never experienced in their life, and they still trying to attain it.
Right.
I usually don't flex like that, but I'm just telling you, that's why these dudes are doing that, because you can't get me to sell my people out for this amount of money that they're throwing around, to be honest with you. I don't have to do that, bro. I would never sell my people out, my integrity out. I wouldn't say certain things on this platform, and the way that this thing is carrying out is making our people look crazy, man. So Vlad beat Aries. Whoop-de-doo. Vlad already was beating Aries when he started using him on his show, brother. Meaning using him for his, you know, to come on and be a guest. Using him because that's the agenda that he was carrying out. I'm a big respecter of, and people get mad in the comments when I say that. As far as business go, Vlad has a hell of a platform. It took some grinding to do it. Of course, it'd take somebody look like me a lot harder grind to do it. Looking at all the other guys who trying to maintain brothers in this industry. But, you know, I'm looking at the fact of how, you know, we saying Vlad winning because of what happening between him and Aries Spears. But Vlad already won before he ever laid eyes on Aries Spears.
Oh, okay.
Vlad already won before he ever even, you know, done certain interviews with these guys. Vlad won years ago, man. Vlad won on a whole nother level of being who he is. But Vlad's show has pretty much taken our people and used our people and leveraged off our people's a lot of the stories that and he ain't doing nothing no different than the rest of media and all these journalists doing is making us look a certain way because we do it to ourselves. You know what I mean? It really ain't Vlad's fault. You know, at the end of the day, if you stick a key in the ignition, once you crank the car up, the battery cranks it up, but the alternator keeps it going.
Right.
You know, so I just see it differently, man. Being a dude that I'm not for the ever, you know, I'm not gonna play like I didn't meet this man, and if you knew him and you and him talk, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have looked at him the same way if you had a relationship with him, as far as talk to him and have sit down with him and see, hey man, okay, I didn't think that was cool what you done, and you checked him on it, you still would be like, Aries, you know what I'm saying?
No, if I met Aries, especially at your studio, I said, listen, man, don't you need a boss up hoodie? Ain't you trying to wear the same hoodie in every interview? That's what I was saying. But so I'm sorry, I fell asleep when I hear bullshit.
I love it, man. That's my boy, man. Dre Hill, man.
So now that I'm back awake, you just said we sell our soul for a jelly roll.
Of course.
Right?
Of course. Our people been doing it so long, it's sad.
Right. So it was fine for him to take up for Vlad as long as that $4,000.
No. That wasn't fine either. And I asked him about that on my show.
Right.
That was one of the reasons why he told me about how much he made and all that good stuff. Because my agenda, if you go back and watch my interview, and Vlad already knows this, it's not a secret that I've always spoke up for our people to do better. And if that means them pulling their own bootstraps up, doing their own shows, being independent like Boosie trying to do, I'm good with that, man. I think with the way media is now and the way, you know, easy it is to turn your camera on your phone or your DSLR camera, I just feel like we should do our own, be our own. If we're going to put ourselves out there, why not do it on our own potential? Not do it on somebody else's, you know?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I ain't got nothing wrong. If Vlad want to talk about his people and talk down on the situation on things that went on in his community, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. I'm just saying, you know, talking down and talking up from any standpoint, I think it should come from our people. And I know a lot of people in the comments, they don't want to hear that. Everybody feel like they need a white daddy, like OG always tell me. You know, they not gonna feel that. They want somebody to accept them. They want to be accepted, man.
The old saying goes, if you can't feed the people, you can't lead the people. It seemed like Aries found him a white daddy and ran into his white daddy's arms until his white daddy said, no, you don't get a raise on your allowance. You get the same 20. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But
I agree.
Back to because I'm really speaking to your listener. I know you're gonna do the unique shuffle, so
let's go, man. What are you talking about? Let's go.
Back to the listener. I want y'all to understand something. Your posture is ultimately your word, and the way you do business in this world is the way people are going to remember you. Aries is now going to be remembered as a comedian who needed $4,000 an interview and would crash out on his own people while giving Mr. Drummond, a.k.a. his stepfather, Vlad, all of these interviews. And then when he couldn't get a raise in his allowance, he cried like the makeup woman he is. Makeup wearing woman he is. So we have to learn how to be people of our word. And we have to learn that, as I always say, you got to be able to walk into a building and shake the intern hand just like you shake the CEO hand, and understand that we're men first and men do business the right way. If you decide to go into a Chinese store and get 4 wings fried hard, you can't complain about having high cholesterol. You bought the wings. They gave you what you asked for. Aries sat his fat ass in that chair. He took his compensation and he talked for 2 hours, 4 times a year because that's what he wanted to do. Now he's having these crash out. He's quoting rappers who lost battles. He's, he's sweating with a hoodie on, a Yankee hat with sweat stains on it. Listen, I don't want to remember Aries like that. But more importantly, we have to be the midget standing on the giant's shoulder and learn from other people's mistakes. If you want to go the OG route or the E route and not have a white daddy, then I got simple news for you. Do business the right way with your own people. It's just that simple. Once again, in the Jewish community, they have a saying, I will spend 50 shekels with my brother before I spend a shekel with another. When are we going to adopt that?
I agree.
In Islam, what do they say? I do for my brother as I do for myself. Not, yo, you put me on a show in Dubai when I was in first class. Well, minute. Nah, it was. See how different that sounds? See, when you're in front of daddy, then it's, yo, yeah. You know, with a bar in it. Listen.
Wow.
We have to love each other, but more importantly, we have to care about each other and do business the right way. As they say in Atlanta, even swap, no swindle, nigga.
Wow.
Fair exchange, right?
Wow.
Let's do business. And
Wow.
on that note, is Mud Wrestling Night.
Well, y'all done heard it, man. Like I said, this one thing I want to say, man. Make sure you guys, man, check out Play with Playing Skills. He came by. He talked about a lot of different things on this interview. Full interview came out today. Play from Playing Skills. He did Riding Dirty with Chameleonaire. He did Carter 3. He had songs with on that. He produced on that. Pitbull, all these different people. And he tells the story of his brother dating Angela Simmons and actually Reverend Run coming down to Dallas and coming to their house. So I'm about to drop that clip here in a minute. But at any rate, guys, we're going to keep on going. We're going to roll right into the fact. We're going to roll right into the fact of me and OG and this other, I don't want to mess the name of the podcast up, but this other podcast that basically Corey Holcomb was on, the Poe Report podcast. Shout out to them. They look like they're trying to get it going. I've been there, man. You guys keep doing your thing. And he talks about Aries Spears today. Today, it's all about Aries Spears. Check this out.
You said something about Aries Spears. Look, I said, Aries Spears ass do a lot of shock comedy. His ass was talking about Ryan Davis better than so many people because other than that, you won't watch Aries Spears. See, Aries Spears can do impersonations real good. But when you come to the comedy club, after about 15 minutes of that shit, people be like, all right, what else you got? And he ain't gonna talk about his life. Aries is embarrassed of his life. You told me what happened with you and Aries. Yeah. Almost everybody got stories like that about Aries. But Aries, I don't understand why you don't talk about your life. Why did you take a bat to your wife?
Oh, shit, he took a bat to his wife?
Yeah. Why you, Aries, talk about what you really been through. What kind of charges you got when it comes to youngsters?
Oh, shit.
You don't talk about that. The reason you could never be a good comedian, Aries, this is my opinion, because you scared to tell the people who you really are. You up, but yo, check it out. This is the doctor in Corey Holcomb. I'm trying to help him. Nigga, we all up, nigga. I ate a ass not too long ago. I know something wrong with me. Why don't you tell motherfuckers? That's what motherfuckers will pay to go see you if you tell the truth about who you are. And that's my lesson to all you comics. You can't hide. We see you moist. You moist.
Wow, there it is, man. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Man, Corey Holcomb went on the Poe Report podcast, man. Shout out to them. I hadn't heard them before this here, man. But, man, shout out to them. But, boy, listen, man. Corey Holcomb let loose on Aries Spears in a hell of a way on this show with these guys, man. I didn't to allege that somebody hit his wife with a bat. I never heard that story before, but guys, maybe somebody else in the comments can tell me. OG, you there?
I'm right here.
OG, these both are guys that I know you've had your say on both of these guys. But Corey, is he the pot calling the kettle black, or what's explain to me what I'm seeing here? And it's gonna even get worse.
Is that all? Is that the only topic that he got? Is it Aries Spears? So sounds like he hurting for advertisement. That he's talking about Aries Spears.
Well, Aries
why he talking about the guy he had the argument with on this show?
Oh, I think it's AD. Yeah, that happened a while back. But this guy, listen, and here's what I want you to get from me. OG, this guy, Corey, is basically going off the energy of what happened with the Vlad show with Aries Spears, because Aries and Vlad been going back and forth, as you know, and they can't seem to figure it out. And that's the punchline now. So it's a lot of people, man, a lot of people speaking out against Aries. I'm probably the only one that'll say something, in a positive way toward him. I don't need nothing from him, but I'm just going off the experience I had with him. It's just like if somebody come to me trying to tell me something about you. You can't really tell me nothing about somebody that I met, and I'm not going to do that because that make me fake if I play the game like that. I see, me and you, we go everywhere. I see the Poll Report podcast. We pull up, you know what I'm saying, on anybody everywhere. He's saying, and you about to see in the next clip, he says Aries wouldn't come around people like that. But I don't agree with that because I took Aries to the barbershop and my partners is hood as hell. You've been to that barbershop. It's a lot of niggas in there. Yeah. So at the end of the day, there's always a lot of niggas in there.
I'm not going to even give anybody that energy. Somebody like Corey Holcomb and all the dismantling, he hit a woman, didn't even knock her down.
He hit a woman. Her husband was there. He got with it.
I don't even know why we having a conversation.
No, Corey Holcomb and Aries Spears and Vlad TV and No Jumper, these guys have been going back and forth in the algorithm. And so, of course, I've been talking about it. I've already been speaking on it. But at the end of the day, I just choose what I talk about and I just go with it. If I talk about any subject right now, it's going to get some likes and views or whatever. But I choose the subjects that I've been talking about, and we've already been covering this. So you had to I done broke that down for you now. Yeah. So this is why I'm covering it, because it's already something that our people have been, just like when we covered the people that ran away out of the prison with my girl, what's her name? Susan Hutton. Once you start covering something, then the people are interested in what you think about when these people make these moves.
But when they just had, instead of talking about Corey Holcomb, how come we ain't talking about your girl, Nancy Guthrie?
I ain't talking about it because I ain't heard nothing about it. You ain't sent me nothing on her.
White America been talking about it for the last 3 days. They've been all on Mother's Day. Free Nancy Guthrie.
Oh, we back on Nancy again. Nancy is, I don't know where Nancy at. It's been a while now, OG. But OG, we back to Corey Holcomb. You done throw me all the way off. Listen, Corey Holcomb basically he comes into a situation here where he basically gets on a podcast, and the main low-hanging fruit and what happens on the podcast is we talk about ongoing topics. And right now, one of the topics is Aries Spears and Vlad doing their thing. These guys say they reach out to Aries Spears and, they had this to say or that to say. Then that's when Corey came in with the, hey, man, he got beat up on my show. Listen at this.
Aries fight bitches and little niggas.
Oh, no.
Aries, I know Aries, look.
Yeah.
He just slapped a whole bunch of little niggas, like at the radio stations and shit.
Calm down. It's some noise out there, too. Quiet on set.
That was on my show. He got beat up by Zoe. He got beat up. He was talking, that was my show. And then the nigga tried to sue. Yeah. I ain't saying this just out of hate. I'm just saying this nigga outright, he a nigga.
Yeah, damn.
Aries wouldn't come here. Like if the camera could be turned around and you see this atmosphere, Aries ain't coming to no sit like this, dog. Don't sit like this, dog.
Hey, come on, Aries, we good.
Wow. So that's what I was telling you about, OG. He said he wouldn't come to that. I don't agree with that. Yeah. I know he would. It's just if he invited or if he paid the money to come over there, he definitely going. OG, the one thing about comedy, man, and you and I both know this, man, it's a different vibe than most, man. They talked about him dealing with a Jewish guy, which I talked to that Jewish guy. And that Jewish guy that goes up before him is actually a guy that been through a lot of stuff, but that's his partner. You know, I got a partner that's a clear person. You know, I know you anti. Yeah, you don't have no clear people or no, you have no friends, right? you don't have nothing, but you don't even like Africa, you know, like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You messed up, man. But I have a few clear friends, just to be honest with you. And if I decide to hang out with them, I hang out with them. I don't really care about what people think about me if I hang out with them. You know, the one thing I can say is, man, after the big night we had last night, OG, and you agree on this, when Cat Williams came out and shook my boy Kevin Hart's hand, that should have been, this here hurts me to see this come out after that. Comedians got to come together more. We got to do better, OG. Don't you agree?
Corey Holcomb wasn't there.
It doesn't matter. He's seen it, OG. He's seen it. It's everywhere.
Aries Spears wasn't there.
They seen it, OG. This is a movement.
We're talking about backyard comedians.
OG, comedians, period.
No, premiere. And the only reason Kevin Hart did that and made that tribute because he got a real billionaire white daddy. And he sold his name to white America. So he is in the balance in the next 18 months. He'll be the first billionaire comedian.
Okay, and so he was able to set his differences to the side.
Everything that you do is an ulterior motive. So his motivation was to clear all the air within peons and deal on a mainstream.
So you trying to tell me that he did that just to try to just save face with he's leaving now to be a billionaire?
He didn't save face. He was just showing that Negroes, I won't be with you long.
OG, what the hell? Are you serious? You don't think he gonna continue to be the Kevin Hart we love and know, man?
I bet you he's not gonna do no special with Cat Williams.
He will do a special with Cat. Well, don't you dare sit up there and act like he won't.
He just sold his name to white America for $800 million.
OG, how dare you sit back here and act like Kevin Hart sold us out?
He ain't us. Where you get an us at in his paycheck?
Well, that's the fact that he's gonna leave and he ain't gonna be back dealing with all of the other black comics like he used to. That's bull crap.
He gonna leave. He gonna do the same thing he's been doing, charging you $200 for tickets, and you gonna come and pay it, and your kids ain't gonna eat Monday morning, and you gonna laugh and hoop and holler, and him and his white daddy going to the bank all over the world now, not just domestically.
OG, he came out and he hugged Cat. He let every comedian come in there and talk about him roast him on there. And then you come back and see Corey Holcomb go in on Aries Spears like this. Don't you think that's wrong?
He didn't invite Corey Holcomb to come roast him, did he?
Not this time, but he knows him.
He didn't invite Aries Spears to come and roast him, did he?
No, OG, but this here is a thing where every comedian done spoke out. Country Wayne spoke out. It's been 4 or 5 more. If you just Google it right now, everybody been speaking out about the comics coming together now. For us to take a step back like this and look at what this here tells the comedians, like we're gonna keep pushing the negative agenda on forward.
So right after that great
coming together,
just of that great unification of comedians last night.
There you go.
Here you wake up Monday morning with some messy shit.
Oh, gee, this ain't why it got to be messy. It's just what is going on. I'm trying to build a building block here. At some point, these guys come together and squash their beef, just like Because there was a time when Cat Williams and Kevin Hart, they wouldn't even been caught in the same room together. They said some of the same outlandish stuff about each other, just like these two brothers doing. But not really Aries, because Aries ain't really said nothing about Corey, man. He says he's his favorite comedian, man. But at some point, this changes the game, and because of what Cat and Kevin did, other comedians will start to lock hands.
What other ones is locking hands?
Well, it takes time, OG. It don't just happen overnight.
What other ones? Why ain't we talking about them? Why?
They ain't did it yet. They just not starting to, this movement just starting.
Why are you being messy?
Ain't nobody being messy. We trying to figure out how we can get them together. You got to jump in the middle of the crowd to break the damn fight up. You can't break the damn fight up standing outside looking in, watching, and not saying nothing. You got to jump in there.
You putting the stick on Aries' shoulder and tell.
I'm not gonna go out like that, OG. I ain't sticking the stick on his shoulder. You go to hell. You ain't worth a damn. I knew you go still. The more we go, the more antics you come up with. Now, all I'm saying is these two comedians right here. If Cat can do it, if Kevin can do it, these two brothers can do it. Don't you think so?
No.
Why wouldn't they be able to do it?
Because they're not real good comedians.
OG, they are good. They have you ain't been to nail one of them show. Now just tell the truth about it. Okay.
I know
Crickets.
I know Corey Holcomb's wife.
But you ain't been to his show?
Why would I?
Because at the end of the day, this is a great comedian, a guy who been in them hole in the wall comedy clubs and sat there and had the crowd cracking up, going wild. Same as Aries. These boys been in these clubs, comedy clubs. But to see them at each other's throats like this, to see Corey keep doubling down on him and Vlad, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if Corey's going to be able to switch it up like everybody else in the comedy world. A lot of comedians are trying to come together at this point now, don't you think?
He's trying to camouflage the catastrophe that happened to him when he didn't fight that man on his show.
I bet they probably gonna ask him about that. They might. Man, but shout out to the Poll Report podcast. I gotta shout them out. Them brothers trying to do something over there, man. And so when I seen it, I said, yeah, I'm gonna shout them out. But here's another thing you gotta understand, OG. And this is a sidebar. Play from Playing Skills did an interview. His full interview came out today, and it's been smashing all day. He been killing the game, man. He told some hell of a stories on there, a bunch of stuff. Whether it came to, I believe it was him. Actually, he ended up suing Cash Money, but they all good now. But he also ended up doing some stuff with, Russell Simmons, Angela Simmons, I think, dated his brother. A bunch of stuff came out in that interview, man. Just an epic interview. Y'all got to go check it out, man. Him and Chameleonaire and what really happened. If you from Texas, you got to watch that one. But at any rate, Playing Skills, man. Play from Playing Skills came and shut it down. Man, hey, guys, all I'm going to say is, guys, get in the comments if y'all agree with me or if y'all agree with OG. I feel like the comedian world could be coming together. OG feel like it's tearing apart. Because he's not trying to. No, you ain't said it was coming together.
That ain't what I said.
Okay, can Corey Holcomb and Aries Spears come together?
If you feel like Boss Talk being messy,
ain't nobody feeling. No, they don't think that. I'm asking you a question. Do you feel like comedians can come together?
How comedians was coming together Sunday, and
comedians is coming together.
Monday morning being
messy. And I'm talking about what dropped because we got to stop this stuff, OG. We got to change. And that's why I say, if y'all agree with me that this is a step in the right direction to speak on it, get in the comments. Or if you agree with OG and you supposed to stand outside and look and not say nothing, get in the comments. That's what he's saying. Now, I think for a fact that Aries and Corey, with the way that Kevin and Kat came together, can in fact get their differences resolved. Guys, that's why we got to do more to try to figure out a way to put the highlight on it. Guys, get in the comments and let me know what you think, guys. And if you still watching, man, me and OG talked about Big Bank right here. This right here, Big Bank and Tekashi 6ix9ine got together. And boy, when I tell you it was a hell of an interview. Y'all got to check it out, man. It was crazy. I don't even know how this here happened, but Big Bank ended up over there and looked like Pepto-Bismol and all kind of noun lasers was thrown up against the wall, and they had an interview. You Boss Talk 101, man. Reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.